Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Sumaya.
And my name is Abdul Salam.
This is the second story from Stories from the Quran.
Last story we talked about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved the companions of the cave with His mercy. He made them sleep for 300 years to save them from the stubborn king.
So let's start today's story.
This story is based on Surah Kahf, referenced from Bidayah wa Nihaya by Ibn Kathir.
Once upon a time, there were two friends. One was a Muslim. He worshipped Allah alone and avoided doing bad acts.
On the other hand, his friend did not worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he did not avoid bad acts. In fact, he even insisted on doing bad acts. He was a non-Muslim.
One day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted them both with money. They had the same amount of money.
The Muslim gave all of his money to the poor and needy. One day, he himself became poor.
On the other hand, the non-Muslim used
all of his money
and bought 2 gardens. They were filled with fruits and trees, grapes and palm trees. They had 2 rivers flowing through them. He got richer and richer by selling his fruits.
One day, the non-Muslim invited his Muslim friend to his 2 gardens to show him his wealth. So, the Muslim accepted the invitation.
Look at my fruits, look at my gardens, look at my rivers, look at my grapes, the non-Muslim said with the fruit in his hand.
The Muslim replied, "Don't you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He might take away all of these blessings with a blink of an eye? Why don't you say MashaAllah when you see your 2 gardens? Insha'Allah, when I go back to my Lord, He will grant me with 2 gardens better than yours," the Muslim said.
The non-Muslim shook his head and said, "I don't believe that there is such thing called Allah, or there is a day of judgment, or there is Jannah and Nar, and even if there would be a day like that, I would get for sure better gardens than this."
The Muslim friend shook his head and left him. They both went back to their houses.
The sun hid under the horizon, and the sky darkened. And the man entered his house and shut the doors, not knowing that even if he shuts the doors, Allah can take away his blessings with a blink of an eye.
So the next day, the man wakes up. He goes out to his 2 gardens, and instead of finding 2 beautiful gardens with rivers flowing, fruits, dates and grapes, he finds
2 wastelands. The 2 rivers dried out, and all the fruits were demolished and destroyed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took away the blessings that He has gifted him with, because he was so ungrateful.
The non-Muslim rolled down to his knees, threw his hand over his head and cried, Why? Why didn't I listen to my Muslim friend? He was so right. But now it's too late. There's nothing I can do about it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذ تأذن ربكم لئن شكرتم لأزيدنكم ولئن كفرتم إن عذابي لشديد.
Remember also the time when your Lord declared, "If you are grateful, I will surely bestow more favors on you. But if you are ungrateful, then know that my punishment is severe indeed."
So, we should always thank Allah for the blessings that He has granted us.
Because just like He has took away the blessings from the non-Muslim, He can always take the blessings from us if He sees that we are ungrateful.
So, we should always say, Alhamdulillah, whether it's the shelter above your head
or the apple in your hand. That's all for today's story.
We hope that we have all benefited from this story and that we will all start thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.